Okay, this is Orlando Wilson, and what I want to talk about in this video is the untimely death of Yevgeny Prigozhin, the boss of Wagner Group. Now, since yesterday, I had people asking me what my opinions on what happened, etc., etc. Is he dead? Is he alive? You know what? The guy's a very colorful, is a very colorful person. He might appear alive in the next few months, or he might actually be dead. We don't know. Would it surprise me if he's still alive? No. Would it surprise me if he's dead? No. But again, only time will tell. Love the guy or hate the guy, he achieved a lot. And he's very much somebody that come from, I think he spent 9 years in Russian jail, started off his catering business, selling sausages at an open market in St. Petersburg, to being a very, very rich and influential guy. And again, love them or hate them, Wagner has achieved a lot. They've had positives, they've had negatives. As far as mercenary warfare is concerned, they'll go down very much as one of the main influences of our time, of all time. And I would say, people don't like me to say it, I would say he's the most successful warlord of modern times. There's a lot of conspiracy theories going around about how he died, who killed him, etc. You know what? They're theories. Until the investigation is done on the crash site, who knows? Who was his enemies? Because there's a lot of rumors going around that he was assassinated. Well, the main thing to look at is who was his enemies, who would want him dead. He has a lot of enemies. Conspiracy theories aside, let's look at fact. Due to the war in Ukraine, where Wagner did achieve a lot, Ukrainian intelligence would want him dead, Ukrainian British intelligence would want him dead. They're both the same these days, right? So the Ukrainians and the British would want him dead. The Americans would want him removed because of, again, what he's been doing in Libya, what he's been doing, especially in Syria, etc. And if we look up to recent times, within the last couple of weeks, Prigozhin appeared on social media within the last few days, asking for more people, well, recruiting for Wagner for the forthcoming conflicts in West Africa. Now, if we look at what's happened in Niger in the past month, Wagner was going into Niger. So who would want Prigozhin and his board removed quickly? Well, to me, if we're trying to piece this together, I would say the countries of ECOWAS. So to me, there's rumors going around that people were reporting unusual activity around their planes before they took off in Mali. Could a device have been put on that plane? Yeah, possibly. And who would have done it? Well, it's in Africa. Who would have access to the planes? Who's the closest people to that area? Well, agents working for ECOWAS. That's my theory. Who's behind them? The French, etc. Were all these people enemies of Prigozhin? Yeah, 100%. Would these people want him out of the way? 100%. Because if things kick off in Niger, then Wagner would have been involved in Niger. So again, it makes sense for the countries of, I would say, agents of the countries from ECOWAS or terrorists working on behalf of those countries, etc., to do the dirty deed. But that's just a theory, because to me, it's the theory that's most in your face if you're looking at what's happening. And those people would have access to the plane, etc., etc., etc. If my theory is proven right, and again, it's just a theory, that a device was put on that plane in Africa by somebody, working for somebody, what's the outfall going to be? Well, you've just had a terrorist incident happen where a Russian businessman and his board members were assassinated. And the plane went down over Russia. So a Russian businessman, his company board has been wiped out, etc., in a terrorist act. Well, I think that would give the Russians a little bit more of a free hand when they're operating in certain countries like Niger, Mali, etc., because they're defending their interests, they're defending their people. And also, if the investigation finds out that this was a terrorist incident, and the terrorists are linked to, say, the ECOWAS countries, then there's going to be issues. for those countries. My main concern from a security point of view, risk management point of view, especially commercial risk management point of view, who else could be involved in this? Who else could be caught up with this? Who else could have problems with this? And I would say one of the main groups these days that's getting pretty high profile, and it's common knowledge that they're being used for intelligence gathering purposes and funding the dissidents, is the NGOs. A lot of, how can we put it, unscrupulous governments are funding NGOs and using NGOs as a front to gain intelligence, to funnel money to dissidents, etc. This is common knowledge, but everybody's in denial. So I think a lot of these NGOs in certain countries, if this incident is proven, are going to see their wings clipped. If I was providing security for NGOs, I'd be advising people to be very, very cautious. Because again, these people are out there, and I know some very good people working for NGOs for the right reasons, but there's a lot of unscrupulous governments abusing NGOs for their own reasons. The good people I know working for the NGOs, I'd say be very careful. And what else can I say? Be very careful. But I think the outfall from this, if it's proven to be a terrorist incident, I think if a IED or something was placed on that plane before it left Africa, there's going to be fallout. I think it's going to be very subtle fallout, but there's going to be fallout. So that's my opinion. In the meantime, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But as I've been saying, I'm not throwing out too many videos at the moment, new videos, because again, we've been working. But we should be throwing out more videos in the near future. But in the meantime, follow us along on social media. Check my books out on Amazon, on various aspects of the security business. The main platforms we're using at the moment is LinkedIn, because it's a lot more professional than the others. And also we've got stuff going up on Instagram, even though Instagram doesn't seem to like gun pictures and stuff about firearms. So we're getting blacklisted on Instagram. But follow us along, and again, in time, stuff will be going up on YouTube, etc. It's just we've been very, very busy. So, is Prigozhin dead? Who knows? But it's going to be interesting to see the fallout from this, because there is going to be fallout, and I think there's going to be a few people, if this is proved to be a terrorist incident, there's going to be issues. Anyway, in the meantime, as always, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble. And again, if you are working for an NGO, or if you are working in places where there could be hostilities, as I always say, your security is up to you. Do not trust the people above you, especially corporate security managers that claim to have your best interest at heart. They're worried about themselves. So always ensure you're protecting yourself. You know how to look after yourself. You know how to get out of your locations if there's a problem. Your personal security is down to you. Do not trust anybody else. So be good, stay safe, and please stay out of trouble.